suspect's photo just coming in. He was armed with guns, a knife, and police say an intent to kill. Tonight, the man police call a hero, and the tributes pouring in. The urgent manhunt happening right now. Two dangerous prisoners escape on a truck. One accused of a violent crime on the run, the other still at large. Why it took authorities hours to realize they weren't in their cells. Trump's tirade.
I am the least racist person.
Donald Trump on the defensive as some in his own party turn their backs on him. Tonight, the big-name Republican now threatening to vote for Hillary Clinton. The brazen attack, a jeweler fighting off thieves, the FBI on the case, the new clues tonight. And an 8-foot-deep sand tunnel collapses, killing a teenage boy. The summer warning about this danger at the beach.
This is ABC World News Tonight.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Cecilia Vega. As we come on the air tonight, investigators are trying to understand why a heavily armed man opened fire on a young pop star just as she finished what would become her final performance. Christina Grimmie, rising to fame on The Voice, was signing autographs when she was shot. This photo of the singer and a fan believed to be one of her last. Police now say the shooter traveled to Orlando with the intent to kill. Grimmie's death stunning the music industry. Quincy Jones saying too young and too much talent to leave us this soon. ABC's Lauren Lister leads us off.
Tonight, chilling new details about that concert horror. Authorities investigating why, moments after this exuberant performance, a suspect they've identified as Kevin James Loibel opened fire at singer Christina Grimmie, fatally shooting her.
The 4 gunshots were pop, 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 pop.
Earlier Friday night, no indication that the Orlando venue would become a crime scene. I came in like a wrecking ball. The 22-year-old, known for finishing 3rd on The Voice, greeting her fans on Twitter.
We're in Orlando today. Please come to the show if you live near Orlando, Florida.
After the show, autographs and selfies, all while a man carrying 2 guns and a hunting knife has made his way past security.
There are no metal detectors. As far as I'm aware, people are not patted down.
I thought he was just a nervous fan. What can you expect? You never think someone's just going to pull a gun out.
2 minutes later, authorities say the armed 27-year-old shoots Grimmie, leaving her critically wounded.
I walk into the room and there was no one in there but the gentleman performing CPR on Christina.
Her brother Mark tackling the attacker, who fatally shoots himself.
Very heroic actions by Marcus Grimmie.
Grimmie is rushed to the hospital. Overnight, the tragic news. Her publicist announcing Grimmie did not survive. Tonight, authorities searching the attacker's phone and computer for a motive.
It does appear that he came here to commit this crime.
Grimmie's death leaving so many performers grief-stricken. Pharrell calling it a tragic loss. Blake Shelton saying he's heartbroken. From Selena Gomez, I miss you, Christina. The venue says it's canceling all shows until further notice. Tonight, instead of fans lining up to see a different group, there's a line of flowers outside from people mourning Grimmie's death. Cecilia? A tragic story. Lauren, thank you. We want to turn to breaking developments in the urgent manhunt for 2 escaped prisoners in Nebraska. Tonight, one of them is back in custody, accused of attacking 2 women while on the run. The convicted sex offenders may have been gone for hours before they were discovered missing on Friday morning. ABC's Ron Claiborne with the stunning admission from prison officials on the security lapse under their own watch.
Tonight, convicted sex offender Armand Dixon back in custody after escaping from prison and allegedly assaulting 2 women. But fellow escapee Timothy Clausen, also serving time for sexual assault, still on the run. Now the subject of an intensive manhunt on the ground and in the air.
That is one of the parties, party in custody, 49 and Francis in a ditch.
Officials say the 2 convicted felons escaped from a truck as they left their high-security prison Friday morning, then allegedly stole a red pickup truck, which was chased by police and then crashed.
Thinking possibly escapees from somewhere.
I knew that there was an accident, and I basically thought that that's all it was until I saw him running, until I saw the police chasing and having the dogs out.
But the 2 got away. Tonight, corrections officials making the extraordinary admission 2 dangerous criminals were able to escape because of prison security lapses.
My agency failed to carry out its mission of keeping the public safe. There are no excuses for this lapse.
That official would not say exactly what security measures failed or how it happened. Asked if those escapees had any inside help, he would only say that is now the subject of a criminal investigation. Cecilia.
Okay, Ron, thanks. We want to turn to the race for president now. Donald Trump on damage control today, calling himself, quote, the least racist person. But some members of his own party are refusing to back him, and one big name is now threatening to vote for Hillary Clinton. And today she unveiled her latest attack, a Donald Trump parody. Here's ABC's Mary Bruce.
Back on the campaign trail tonight, Donald Trump is back to his old self. No teleprompters and no holding back.
Everything's political correct. It's like a bunch of babies, like a bunch of dumb babies.
Ripping into Hillary Clinton and her new attack dog, Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren.
Pocahontas! It's Pocahontas!
Trump mocking Warren for claiming she's of Native American descent.
Yes, I'll apologize. To Pocahontas, I will apologize. Because Pocahontas is insulted by the statement.
This as more top Republicans are turning their backs on Trump. Former GOP nominee Mitt Romney says there's nothing Trump can do now to win his support.
Presidents have an impact on the nature of our nation, and trickle-down racism, trickle-down bigotry, trickle-down misogyny, all these things are extraordinarily dangerous to the heart and character of America.
Trump hit back.
And then he says, Donald Trump may have racial tendencies. He called today, he's a trickle-down racist. That's one I've never heard. It's absolutely pathetic. He lost, he choked.
And Republican mega donor Hewlett-Packard CEO Meg Whitman hinting she may actually vote for Clinton and comparing Trump to demagogues like Hitler and Mussolini. But House Speaker Paul Ryan is defending his support for Trump, speaking to ABC's George Stephanopoulos.
The way I see it is he won the thing fair and square.
And tonight, Clinton out with this blistering fake infomercial for Trump University.
Pay for Trump University at the amazing price of everything you have.
And the attacks are only going to get worse, starting on Monday when Donald Trump gives a speech in New Hampshire outlining why he says Clinton is unfit for office. Cecilia?
Mary Bruce on the campaign trail again. Thank you. And tomorrow on This Week, more on the race for the White House, plus more from Georgia's interview with Speaker Paul Ryan. Turning now to the outrage over the Stanford sex assault case, this on the eve of graduation there. Swimming star Brock Turner sentenced to 6 months in jail. Tonight, the calls growing louder against the judge in the case, many demanding he be removed from the bench. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim with the latest person to speak out, the victim's boyfriend.
The campaign to oust the judge in the Stanford sexual assault case gaining steam tonight. Activists topping 1 million signatures demanding Judge Aaron Persky step down. And now a dozen California lawmakers pushing for an investigation into Persky and for Brock Turner's sentence to be overturned. The former Stanford swimmer will spend 6 months in jail for the drunken sexual assault at a university campus party. The prosecutor asked for 6 years.
The sentence in Brock Turner is incredibly unusual. It's incredibly light and lenient. The prosecution did its job in prosecuting him. The jurors did their job in finding him guilty. What's unusual is this sentence.
And tonight, new questions about the probation officer's report given to the judge to consider before sentencing. We're also getting a glimpse into how the victim's life has changed from someone who lives with her boyfriend. In a newly released court document, he writes, she is now fearful of sleeping alone and often hides in our apartment bathroom. I can hear her crying, that she leaves during the day to walk in order to be alone, all as she tries to heal. More protests are planned at Stanford's graduation tomorrow. Cecilia?
Okay, Eva, thank you. We want to turn overseas now to Marseille, France. French police using tear gas on crowds for a third day, water cannons too, after violent clashes between rioting soccer fans. Today's unrest came before the start of the European Championship, pitting England against Russia. This man slamming another over the head with a chair. At least 2 fans are in critical condition and at least half a dozen people arrested. Back here at home now to a frightening scene in Dallas, Texas, a brazen robbery caught on surveillance video. Hooded thieves targeting a jeweler who stopped at a gas station. The FBI now investigating possible ties to another attack, that one with a deadly outcome. ABC's Gloria Riviera with these chilling images.
The bold attack happening in broad daylight. Cameras catching a gold Chevy Impala tearing up to a gas station near Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. Police saying two masked men jump out to rob their victim, a New York jewelry dealer carrying valuable gems, seen running for safety. One suspect rifling through the victim's car, the other in a skeleton mask racing after the jeweler. The victim making a desperate attempt to get inside as he's dragged on the ground. But then, just 30 seconds after it started, the attackers make a quick getaway.
I was just screaming non-stop, help, help, help.
Authorities now saying this attack may have been targeted and possibly connected to a kidnapping this week in the same area. That victim later died.
But at this point, there is a lot of similarities between the two cases.
The FBI and local authorities are investigating, but no arrests have been made.
The victim says while he is traumatized, silver lining, his attackers did not get away with anything valuable. Cecilia?
Gloria, thank you. And there is new fallout tonight from that big bankruptcy filing by Gawker. The media giant now struggling to stay in business after being ordered to pay millions in its court battle with pro wrestler Hulk Hogan. But as ABC's Lindsay Janis reports, Gawker says it is not dead yet.
Tonight, Gawker Media not backing down in its legal battle against Hulk Hogan, the company founded by CEO Nick Denton, filing for bankruptcy protection in a last-minute maneuver to block the former wrestler just before he was able to seize its assets.
Well, they picked the wrong guy this time.
The move comes nearly 3 months after Gawker was ordered by a Florida jury to pay Hogan $140 million in damages, after the gossip website published a small portion of a sex tape.
Even if we would have lost, it would have been good because everybody would have known what Gawker was all about, because I exposed them.
And tonight, Gawker is also setting its sights on billionaire Peter Thiel, the man who recently revealed he bankrolled Hogan's case. Apparent payback after Gawker.com wrote an article exposing his sexuality. A source from inside Gawker telling ABC News that lawyers are exploring whether Thiel's financial involvement broke the law. Denton tweeting, even with his billions, Thiel will not silence our writers. Our sites will thrive under new ownership and will win in court. Whoever wins in court, the case could have a lasting impact on privacy and the press. Lindsay Janis, ABC News, New York.
Now to another trial, this one the trial of the century, back in the headlines. Tonight, new revelations about O.J.'s dream team of lawyers and how they worked the prosecutors and the jury to their advantage. And then there was that glove. It is all in a new documentary, and ABC's Juju Chang is on this case that still grips the country.
The trial of the century, like you've never seen it before. From the infamous chase to the bloody glove that was never supposed to be tried on.
I didn't want to do it. I mean, I knew it was a mistake. I said, the latex is going to screw up the fit. They've shrunk. Anyway, the rest is history.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
And a closer look at the jury, who found the football superhero not guilty of killing his ex-wife. The LA County DA breaking his silence after 21 years.
My belief is they already had their minds made up before they went in and began deliberations.
New details on their field trip to O.J.'s home, where the majority African-American jury thought they got a glimpse of his life.
What we did that day is create an illusion. We took all of his white friends down, put all of his black people up, pictures he probably had never seen before.
If we had had a Latin jury, we would have had a picture of him in a sombrero. There would have been a mariachi band out front. We would have had a piñata at the upper staircase.
That whitewashing of O.J.'s now demolished estate here on Rockingham symbolizes the racially polarizing defense strategy, exploiting decades of racial tensions with the LAPD to win that not guilty verdict. Cecilia?
Juju, thank you. And O.J. Simpson Made in America premieres tonight at 9 Eastern on ABC. And up next on World News Tonight this Saturday, the frantic attempts to dig a teenager out of a collapsed sand tunnel during a day at the beach. The warning tonight for all of us this summer. And the subway Good Samaritans caught in the act right there on the tracks. You don't want to miss what happens next.
ABC World News Tonight, brought to you by Pfizer.
before it became a medicine. It was an idea, an inspiration, a wild what if. So scientists went to work. They examined 87 different protein structures, had 12 years of setbacks and breakthroughs, 4,423 sleepless nights, and countless trips back to the drawing board. At first they were told no. Well, maybe. And finally, yes. Then it was 36 clinical trials, 8,500 patient volunteers, and the hope of millions. And so after it became a medicine, someone who couldn't be cured